He's the best player of the world.
He's just amazing.
Yes, I think he's the best.
I think he's a very caring person. He does a lot of charity.
The way people love him means a lot, I think.
I love him because he plays with me.
Cristiano Ronaldo was born on the 5th of February 1985 on the Portuguese island of Madeira. We all know his story, but how did this gangly kid from San Pedro become not only the physical embodiment of modern football, but also a legend of the game, mentioned in the same breath as Pelé, Diego Maradona, and of course, Lionel Messi? Over the past 15 years, Ronaldo has evolved as a footballer. So too has his brand, CR7. Now he's a global superstar, with a level of commercial power to match his technical ability. As a result of this immense fame, a subculture has emerged that's become a significant part of people's lives all over the world.
When I was 8-9 years old, I remember Cristiano Ronaldo. He did some amazing things on the pitch with some special skills. The pace he had, it was something special. And when he came to Real Madrid in 2009, I really started to follow him because I think, oh, okay, he's a special player, so maybe this is a guy to follow on and learn from on the pitch.
19-year-old Shanta Korbache plays for Odense Bold Club in Denmark and is known as Shanta Ronaldo on social media.
When I started creating my Instagram pages and Twitter, I didn't know what to call it, so I just called it Shanta Ronaldo. And from that time, I saw, okay, from that name I became famous, so just keep it on my pages. In this picture we see Ronaldo and I in 2015. I was waiting for him at Valdebebas in Madrid, and actually when I was just walking around, suddenly I saw his car. He came with his white Rolls Royce, but then he said that just keep doing what you do, keep believing, and it's nice to have fans all over the world and a fan like you. So yeah, this has been a very great picture for me, and a picture with meaning.
Cristiano Ronaldo sangat pemain yang punya bakat dan punya talenta besar dan bisa segalanya, dalam arti bisa bermain bola, dan saya melihat dari karakter bermain bolanya cukup luar biasa. Di situ saya juga penggemar bola dan saya melihat punya talenta besar dan dia akan menjadi bintang besar seperti sampai saat ini. Nah, saya kira itu sehingga saya memberi nama anak saya. Karena saya dan pada saat pertama kali anak saya lahir, tanggal 7 September jam 2 pagi, saya besoknya memberi akte kelahiran anak saya. Saya berdiskusi dengan istri saya, ini loh nama anak saya. Namanya Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, apakah Ronaldo senang dengan nama yang Cristiano Ronaldo sebagai pemain sepak bola dunia?
Iya, senang sekali.
Terus yang Ronaldo pikirkan tentang Real Madrid, timnya seperti apa?
Real Madrid itu tim terbaik dan terbesar di dunia untukku, menurutku.
Terus menurut Ronaldo sendiri, Cristiano Ronaldo pemain dunia itu pemainnya seperti apa? Pemain
yang terbaik di dunia dan menginspirasi aku untuk menjadi pemain terkenal di dunia. Pernah aku menjelaskan saat menjelaskan bapak saya menggemar Cristiano Ronaldo dari MU sampai sekarang.
Saya dari kecil sudah bahkan saya menghadiahkan dia pada saat lahir ada sebuah bola, dan saya kira dia harus jadi pemain bola dimanapun dia akan berada. Dan saya punya rencana setelah kuliah nanti, beliau akan saya bawa ke Brazil untuk belajar 1 tahun di sana.
I really love Ronaldo because he can score, he has good sense, he can dribble.
My favorite memory is when he was injured during a game. He was supporting his team from the outside by directing them where to run and where to do things.
The goal against Galatasaray, he was dribbling against 2 players, I think, and then he shoots from the left in the right corner. Incredible goal.
3 or 4 months ago, I remember that it was the best moment in the final in Cardiff. he played perfectly, and for us it was the best moment, sure.
I've seen him at Manchester United returning with Real Madrid, and well, the way people loved him, it tells a lot about Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's impossible to consider Ronaldo's social impact without focusing on his football. Over 600 career goals, all-time leading goal scorer in the Champions League. But Ronaldo's records will only stand for as long as time allows. Perhaps his real legacy will be his influence on technique, specifically the way he strikes free kicks. Dwayne Mitchell runs DSC Elite Football Academy in Huddersfield in the north of England and has used Ronaldo as a model for his coaching ethos.
Altogether, I've been coaching over 12 years. I'd say the last 4 years it's really taken off. Started coaching at a local club, what was local to me. Did quite well with the local children, and a couple of kids got signed. Someone said to me, you know, we're going to work at another local club. They give me 10 kids at the age of 5 and 6, and 10 of them got signed to clubs. And then from that, parents would be like, Dwayne, you want to give it a real go, sort of thing. So I quit the electrics, sold my R32 and give it like a real good go. Started off with something so simple, saying like Ronaldo touches, then it turned into the double scissor, you know, Ronaldo chop, and he's got a whole host of moves. He's a very creative player, so you could just base a lot of your football sessions around using his name and things he does.
Demonstrating Ronaldo's free kick technique is DSC assistant coach Lewis Whittam.
Stays kind of straight onto the ball. He gives himself some good time and distance between the ball. Obviously his big breath gives him calm and composure. His foot stays pointed down. His knee stays a little bit bent, but it's not like a usual strike where you're striking up and through the ball to get the ball off the floor. It's like a little punch, like a little sharp dart of a punch. So when he hits the contact of the ball, it doesn't really follow through. It's that sort of thing when they punch it, the acceleration of the strike, it just goes up, it goes down, it goes left and right. It can kind of do anything.
How long have you been hitting a ball like that?
Well, the first day I saw Ronaldo strike, I used to sit at the table when I was watching on a Sunday, watching Ronaldo at Man United, and a few times I'd go on YouTube and look at his best free kicks, and I thought, I had a big netting garden, only a small garden though, so I'd go out practice hitting it, and a few times I'd get the ball where it wanted to be. At school I'd do it, college I still practice sometimes. I'll set myself a challenge, like kind of what Ronaldo does. He'll say, in his head he'll think, top right, top left, look at where keeper's positioning is.
Like, percentage-wise, you alright?
Not always, you're never going to get a 10 out of 10. You're never going to be perfect, but usually aiming for more than you got last time. If you got 3 last time, aiming for 4. It's about progressing further, getting more every week. That's how you're going to improve. Ronaldo take 100 balls out at Manchester United alone. If it were raining, AstroTurf, you might get 20 out of 100, but every week he'll go back 30, 40, and that's why he scores free kick goals that are absolutely extraordinary.
If you look at something so simple like when, as a child, it would be called a Maradona 7 to me. You know, right foot kick up, right knee, left knee, right shoulder, left shoulder, head, a Maradona 7. Things like that's called a Ronaldo 7 now, you know. It's a Ronaldo chop, Ronaldo scissors, Ronaldo step overs. I think the modern day football is kind of like based around someone like him. He's tall, he's sleek, he's aggressive, he's cool, he's stylish. And I think, especially a country like England where we're based on like passing, a bit more receiving, he has come and changed a lot in England.
It's not just England that's been influenced by Ronaldo's playing style. His period of sustained success has coincided with the global rise in the popularity of freestyling.
Ya he dicho, Ronaldo es mi ídolo, es mi mayor ídolo. Y básicamente le sigo desde que juega en el United, le seguía muchísimo desde que empezó a jugar en el United, pero cuando surgió ese chico que metía todas las faltas, que se regateaba a todo el mundo, que driblaba en la banda como nadie. El freestyle ha sido estos últimos 2 años, más o menos 2 años y medio, pero lo que es fútbol llevo jugando desde que tengo 4 años.
...2009, exacto, por esa época. Y yo me tragaba todos los vídeos que hacían, todas las recopilaciones que hacían de Ronaldo en YouTube. De los regates, de todas las faltas, y a mí eso me encantaba. Y verle venir aquí a la Liga Española, pues también me suponía a mí un atractivo muy grande.
un jugador como él, que siempre hacía muchos trucos, ahora ya menos, pero un jugador que siempre ha hecho sus trucos, sus regates, sus tal, ha ayudado al mundo del freestyle?
A ver, yo creo que sí. Si tuviera que elegir un jugador que ha ayudado al mundo del freestyle, diría Ronaldinho, ¿sabes? La campaña de Yoga Bonito, que fue la primera que salió. Los niños que no saben lo que es el freestyle ven a uno de sus ídolos haciendo y quizás les interesa saber qué está haciendo su mayor inspiración.
Aunque hay a veces que se critica, y a mí me parece en parte malo, a gente como Cristiano Ronaldo, puesto que es verdad que muchas personas dicen, no, Cristiano Ronaldo es buenísimo en freestyle. Hay que reconocer que al no dedicarse al freestyle, él no es, si nos fijamos únicamente en conceptos de freestyle, no es buenísimo ni bueno, es normalito. Pero para nosotros supone una gran exposición.
There's been a lot of great players. I love Raul too, but Ronaldo's definitely, I mean, he's beat every record, so if we're talking about numbers, he's the best.
I've started to respect him a bit more, not just because of the football that he plays, but also the other things he does in his life. I mean, I know recently he's just opened his own hotel chain, and he's getting into the fashion trade as well. He's doing a lot of stuff outside of football.
He's really brought an image, an icon of, like, the previous one was Raul. Cristiano is like more of a global brand for the team, so he brings a lot of notoriety to them for the whole world.
But I think even outside of football, he's always getting to charity and he's a nice person.
I love Ronaldo because he's handsome, he knows how to play, he can play for all teams, he's a role model.
In 2006, Ronaldo opened his first fashion boutique as part of brand CR7 on his native island of Madeira. In March this year, the company was valued at €54 million. But it's on social media where Ronaldo really represents big business. He produced almost $1 billion for his sponsors in the 12 months until June the 1st this year. Brands editor for Digiday, Seb Joseph, says it's down to the fact that there's no real strategy to his marketing campaign.
I don't think he necessarily has a sophisticated commercial strategy. I think the fact of the matter is he is that big a star that he can sell anything from underwear to Egyptian steel. His brand is kind of all encompassing, and I think, you know, him and his team have been quite savvy and also aggressive in how they've exploited that. I don't think, you know, they're a team that will say refuse a sponsorship deal because it's not on brand. I don't think that's kind of how they sort of operate. In case in point, you can just look at, you know, just the endorsements that he does, and there's no real pattern there. When you compare someone like Ronaldo to, you know, one of the popular footballers of his time, David Beckham, I think what really sets them apart, what's really moved the goalposts, is social media. I think when Ronaldo was sort of first becoming noticed by people as this sort of amazing talent, it was kind of when Facebook and Twitter were first coming around. I think a big part of it is because Ronaldo has that reach. Rightly or wrongly, that's what brands buy into.
Such is the extent of Ronaldo's reach across social media, a simple post can completely transform a business, as King's Domain Barbershop in Melbourne found out firsthand.
So he came in twice, and the first time he came in I had no warning. I didn't know that he was coming. He just walked in off the street. He was sort of pretty well disguised. He had a hat and some sunglasses on, and yeah, it wasn't until he sat down and he took his sunglasses off that I was like, wowza, that's Ronaldo. So this shop here had only been open for 5 months when he first came in. We were still reasonably quiet, but obviously there were a lot of tourists that came to Melbourne because that's where the games are all being played, and after he came in it just literally went bananas. We posted one photo on our social media that got reposted thousands of times. We ended up in the newspaper, on websites, both nationally and internationally, and it brought a lot of clients in, and it was quite massive for the business and the brand. He was really, really nice. He's a very genuine guy. Like, he wasn't, I think he's sort of made out in the media to be a little bit sort of, for lack of a better word, I guess, full of himself a little bit. But I didn't get that vibe off him at all. Like, he's just really genuine, really nice. He's just like anyone else, really.
It's that kind of, it's the attitude that he's got. He has a certain swagger, which I think attached to his actual ability as well. A lot of young kids really buy into that. And he's also kind of built a bit of a kind of bad boy image, sort of almost the person that people love to hate. I think he's really pandered to that. He's been quite smart about it. Ronaldo has that reach, and he, you know, regardless of what anyone can say, he is the world's best player at the moment. And, you know, you can't really argue with that.
It's not unusual for footballers to become style icons, especially players of Ronaldo's calibre and commercial power. But what impact has the presentation of image had on this generation? Journalist and author Mark Simpson, renowned for coining the phrase metrosexual, suggests Ronaldo represents an evolution of masculinity.
Ronaldo is a totem, an aspirational figure in the sense that he has apparently everything. Youth, whereas getting on a little bit in footballing terms, money, talent, fame, looks, and this body. In a sense, you know, what I call metrosexuality wasn't about men getting in touch with their feminine side. It was about men becoming everything. But also, I think it's pretty clear that Ronaldo, like Beckham before him, enjoys it. And so do lots and lots of other young men. You know, they've grown up in a world in which the idea of male self-objectification, to use a clumsy phrase, is just normal.
Do you think it's unusual that you would have like pictures of Ronaldo on your bedroom wall? You know, you're like 19 years old now. Like,
well, I think no, because there's many people who decide to have more posters than me, and actually I'm a guy who don't like to have many things in my room. And these ones, Shanta.
As you were saying, in Denmark, it can be quite understated to people.
Yeah.
Do they recognise you as being a bit more flash?
They can think so, but again, I like to do this, and this is the important thing.
Do you buy any other products that are Ronaldo's then? Do you wear anything that Ronaldo endorsed?
Well, I actually buy his underwears because they feel very good, but also socks and the perfume too.
Do you think that he has perhaps inspired a culture change in male grooming?
I think I definitely think that that's true in Europe, but I wouldn't say that it sort of translates to Australian grooming as such. Like, he's very sort of manicured, I guess, and really always well done up. And I think if you walk around Melbourne, guys are kind of trying to be anything but manicured and really perfect, whereas he's like done up to a T.
Pues lo primero el físico. Dado mi estatura y demás, tengo que tener una constitución atlética. Después yo siempre voy a cortarme el pelo con su peluquero, siempre tengo que tener una estética de ir afeitado, tengo que ir bien vestido, no puedo ir una pinta, digamos, desarreglada, y yo tengo que ir lo más similar, entre comillas, a él. Que no digo que yo sea él, ni quiera suplantarle la identidad, ni mucho menos, yo soy Diego, pero tengo que tener bastantes parecidos en cuanto al pelo, en cuanto a la forma de vestir, tengo que hablar correctamente, no puedo digamos, tener una imagen inapropiada relacionándome con Cristiano Ronaldo.
¿En qué consiste exactamente el trabajo de ODM? ¿Tú haces anuncios enteros como Cristiano o cómo es exactamente lo que te exigen para hacer el trabajo?
No, la gente está muy confundida porque la gente se piensa que Cristiano directamente ni se presenta a los rodajes, y eso es mentira. Él hace su parte, digamos, y yo lo que tengo que hacer antes es preparar todas estas cámaras que requieren un largo periodo de tiempo. Hay días de hasta 16-17 horas de preparación, para el cual, como él trabaja y no puede estar tanto tiempo, las mismas horas que yo preparo todas las escenas que él va a hacer antes, para que él cuando llegue lo realice lo más rápido posible y comprobando que todo está correcto, que no hay ningún problema de que se pueda hacer daño, por ejemplo, o pueda sufrir algún tipo de lesión. Entonces él hace esas escenas en las cuales son más importantes, que es, digamos, él es la pieza fundamental, obviamente, su cara y su rostro, y luego hay planos más pequeños, por ejemplo, como pueden ser de piernas o de espaldas, que no requieren tanta importancia que él esté.
The game plan is to have your own fragrance, your own underwear, and essentially you're selling bits of yourself to the public. You have turned yourself into this hot commodity, and then you monetize it. And you see that happening at a sort of, much more pedestrian level in the lives of a lot of young men.
¿Tú vives como, puedes llegar a vivir de doble de actor?
A día de hoy, con 25 años, podría, porque yo vivo con mis padres, no tengo gastos excesivos de casa ya que yo vivo con ellos. ¿Podría vivir? Bueno, tampoco es vivir muy bien, podría, digamos, mantenerme, pero yo, aparte de este trabajo, tengo varios trabajos más pequeños para poder compaginar todo. Lo que yo me dedico es, yo soy entrenador de baloncesto, soy entrenador de unas chicas y de una universidad, y bueno, también soy entrenador personal, quiromasajista. De momento tengo trabajos más pequeños para una vez, si termina todo el tema de trabajo con Cristiano, pues yo poder seguir adelante con mi trabajo.
Despite his many talents, one of Ronaldo's strongest abilities is how he seems to be so unaffected by the hatred and criticism he receives. Trolls are an unfortunate consequence of his immense popularity. But for Shanta, who uses Ronaldo's name on his Instagram and Twitter accounts, the hatred he receives hits a lot closer to home.
It's a little bit of shame because I did not do these people anything wrong. Even, for example, Ronaldo or Benzema, Luka Modric, anyone who gets these kind of hates, they don't do anything wrong. They just try to do their things, but again, it's normal, it's part of it, because they invite you, they're jealous.
Your mum and your dad don't ever get upset by what people are saying?
No, not anymore. Of course, sometimes they can say, "Oh, why this again?" But from time they learn that it's something you just have to leave. We can't do anything about it. This is the world we live in today. But again, they're also a huge help for improvement, because they will make you stronger. So when I started following him, I saw that people, they say, "Oh, why do you follow him?" Just for no reason. And the reason is that I want to be better at football, nothing else. People saying you want to look like him, you want to do that, this is completely none of my business. People can say what they want, as long as I know what I'm doing.
One of the reasons people attack Ronaldo is due to his rivalry with Lionel Messi. Why? Because competition sells. Apple and Microsoft, Coke and Pepsi, Ali and Frazier, Biggie and Tupac. It's not a new phenomenon, but one that's left an indelible mark on footballing history.
I'm sure you're asking in terms of the comparison versus Messi as well, right? Messi's role on the field, everyone knows, is completely bigger than Ronaldo's. Assists, goals, everything.
Tuve muchas polémicas con mis amigos de, no, es que en realidad es un chulo, es un tal, pero yo creo que si te gusta un jugador tienes que defenderlo a muerte.
I think he's far better than Messi and everyone else.
He was literally the only football player that I knew the name of and knew the face of. Messi could walk in this door and I'd had no idea who he is.
Because he works, and that's like Messi, he worked hard.
Personally, I think Messi's better. I just prefer watching Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is the best in the world in terms of finishing, but so is Messi. But that's where the comparison stops. In terms of assists and playmaking, Messi is at a higher level.
How did I know who he was? Okay, so my best friend in year 8 was Portuguese. and she used to have little pictures of him in her school diary and stuff like that.
Messi es mucho más calladito, mucho más tranquilo frente a cámara, pero Ronaldo ya con las celebraciones, con el yo estoy aquí, con esa actuación hace que genere, pues eso, discusiones, por decirlo de alguna manera.
You look at someone like Messi, and he's obviously a prodigy, right? That's just the God-given talent. I think Ronaldo is a great player, similar to kind of what David Beckham was like. Ronaldo's a great player, but has obviously worked that much harder to sort of elevate himself to kind of greatness. You know, you look at what Ronaldo was like at 17, and you look at kind of him now, and physically he's different. Fans, especially the young fans, really buy into the fact that he has had to work very, very hard, and he still does work very hard, maintaining that level of greatness.
I think it's great to have these two in our game today, to show people that it's not only about a rivalry, but it's like helping each other to become better and better.